Are you living a life of significance? Deeper question, what does it really take to live a life of significance? See, I remember first pondering this question, visiting my grandparents when they were in a nursing home. And I'll never forget, it was probably about my early 20s, and I saw these elderly folks getting wheeled out into the hallway, and they were just getting put there. You could tell there was this level of sadness and not a lot of people there to actually come visit them. And I didn't know how or what, but at that moment, there was something that said, this can't be me. This can't be what my life ends up after 40, 50, 60 years. Yes, there's all kinds of circumstances behind those things, but really challenging that question, again, what does it take to live a life of significance? So the beauty in that question is it's unique to you. You get to define what it means to live a life of significance. Then you have to ask yourself, am I currently in the process of living a life of significance? If not now, will I be there 3 years from now, 5 years now? But the point is, do you have things in place to make sure you don't wake up 3, 5, 10, 15 years from now and realizing you're about in the same place in terms of making that overall impact? One of my favorite questions is, why not? And the second question is, what if? When you think about that, why not? Why aren't we currently in the process of living a life of significance? There's really no answers of why we can't. But again, for most people, it starts with getting a very clear definition what it means to them. See, the problem with that is on the front end, when you're in your 20s or sometimes even in your 30s, you look at all those weeks out of the 4,000 weeks, you're like, man, I got plenty of time. But on the back end, when you see people in their 50s and 60s, they realize they're on the back end and those weeks start to shrink. Well, that simple thought, what if you just, again, looked at these next 52 weeks that you have in front of you, 52 weeks, and you said, I'm gonna set out to live intentionally this week, 1 week at a time. Now, if you wanna elevate this thought of living a life of significance, what if you just kept track? At the end of each week said, was this week significant based off of how you defined it? Step one, give yourself a opportunity to hit that, but then if you did, record it down as green. If you didn't, record it as red. Challenge yourself to say, how many weeks would you let go by that were red? That will become a trigger to say, I'm off path of living a life of significance. So make no mistake about it. Every single one of you has greatness inside. You have more potential inside you awaiting you than you're activating today. So I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. What is one thing that you can start doing today, this week, or even this year to start to step into that higher potential, to start to step into living a life of significance? Make no mistake, nothing of significance happens without intention. So I want you to just pause this week, envision that higher potential, dream, reach, believe, and achieve, and choose to be phenomenal. I'll see you guys next time.